Greetings, Gahiji Akio here, and this video is about grounding. Grounding is a good tool, a good technique to use when we are overwhelmed, when we're anxious, nervous, feeling out of sorts, kind of not feeling within our bodies, feeling discombobulated. These are good times to ground. It's something you don't necessarily need to be feeling bad to do it. It's a good thing to incorporate in our daily practices, and we can be doing it, all the time. We can be doing it without being noticed, and certainly it can be a whole ritual and ceremony. So I'll just give a couple different ways and show an exercise that that I learned from this book by Donna Eden called Energy Medicine. But I'll do that last because it requires me to lay down and show you a little bit of how to do it. So one way to ground, there are many different forms, many different types of techniques, many different techniques to ground, and one can be as simple as walking around barefoot in nature without necessarily paying a great deal of attention to the act of grounding. Your body will just start to do it naturally. And then we can also put that much more intention behind it, where we are feeling ourselves pulling down, we're visualizing ourselves pulling down into the center of the earth and releasing whatever it is that we want to release into the center of the earth, and letting the earth transmute and transform that energy into something more useful. So that could be one way to do it. You could go and touch a tree and imagine the tree's roots taking it and turning it into something different. We can visualize whatever that thing is that we're feeling. We can contain it in ourselves, maybe visualize it congealing into a ball or something like that, some form, and then pushing that ball down and out through our feet. Grounding, definitely, it is an earth exercise. It is something that is connecting us physically with our planet. Singing to water can be grounding, and healing for the water as well. You can have a crystal, certain crystals that you use, maybe like a tourmaline or an obsidian. Those kind of darker stones are very helpful for grounding, as are red stones, which are related to root chakra and home and stability and feeling safe and like we have the right to just be. So those, you could hold a stone, and if you are feeling a certain way, just as building that kind of form and sending it down, you can just kind of put it into that crystal, send it into the crystal, and then after you're done with that, you certainly would want to cleanse it in some way, maybe leave it out in the sun. Some folks bury their stones, washing certain ones in salt water. You have to be careful because some of them do not do well with water, and can leach different undesirable elements. So just be careful which ones you put in water, but you're not drinking it, so it's less harmful. Salt, smoke, those are also other ways in which to clear any stones that you might use for kind of grounding, eliminating work. Okay, well, now I'll show you something called toe tapping that is particularly useful for anxiety and getting us back into our bodies. This is a form of grounding that I would say is grounding yourself in your own body. So how you would do that is, the reason why I'm on my bed is so that I could show you. So you basically just lie down and have your going to have your feet just so that your toes can tap. And then it's just like it sounds, toe tapping. And so you just tap until, the feelings start to dissipate, until you feel more at ease and calm within your being. And you do this from the hips. You don't do it from the ankles. You do it from the hips. So you're kind of rolling almost your leg into. And you just tap and tap until, you might want to do it for a minute. You might want to do it for 5 minutes, 30 seconds. And it might be something that, you wake up in the morning and just do a little bit, or before you go to bed at night, you might just tap a little bit. See if it's a technique that works for you. So hopefully that is useful, and you get grounded. Thanks everybody for listening, and be well.